Well, the weather has changed here in the UK. Finally, it is absolutely freezing. We've had snow for the last couple of days. Summer has gone. Autumn, still autumn, but feels more like winter. And I think we're on the way to Christmas now. But I like it. It's lovely. It's crunchy underfoot. It's very cold, but it's very still. Everything has got a coating of snow, a dusting really, and all is good with the world. Now I was thinking about this little channel I've got. We're like a worldwide community, aren't we? There's hundreds of us across the world commenting on this thread, but we're all living in our own little microclimate, in our own little microculture. We're all over the world. Things are different. My life is different to yours because my weather, the weather here probably dictates what flora and fauna I see, what diet I have, what method of transport I have, how the working infrastructure works, everything from day to day. It's like the culture, the religion, everything dictates how things work, what books are on our library shelves. So every day we go about our lives in a little micro bubble of our own culture, and that's absolutely normal for us. And we don't see anyone else's out there. We don't experience anyone else's out there. But the thing is, when we come together, it doesn't matter, does it? All those thousands of miles apart, all those cultural differences, all the differences on our life and what we wear and what we eat because of what the weather's like, what the agriculture's like, what the landscape's like, what food it yields up. If we live by the coast, if we are a fishing community, a farming community, whether that's like prevalent in the country as a whole, it doesn't matter when we all come together here because we all talk one common language. The thing is, we do actually talk one common language because for the most part, people are typing in English. So, well done colonialism. Occasionally, someone will, if English isn't even the first or second language, it'll be broken. But when you actually read it, you kind of see past that. It doesn't come across, you don't see any nuances or breakdowns in language. Because you read it, the meaning goes in, and you don't notice anything else. It's just the words. I've got people on here who I thought they come from one place and come from a lot of people. I think they're English, and then they'll mention they come from the States, or they come from Europe, or they come from Australia. And this happens all the time, and it kind of throws me a little bit because I thought you lived so and so, and then I'll have other people who I think live different places across the world, and then they say, oh yeah, I live in Cheshire, which is like 20 miles down the road. And one person, one lady, knows this from the area, she knows every bench I sit on, every turn I make. In fact, she's telling me things about the area that I didn't know. And it's absolutely wonderful. We all have different pastimes and different patois and how we speak. I mean, an Aussie might say, throw another shrimp on the barbie, Sheila. Somebody in California might say, hey man, peace. Somebody in England will probably say, what are you moaning about? It's only a bit of rain. And somebody in Japan might say, well, shall we go down that one? Go on, we will. But we'll do it in the style of a 1970s Japanese film. Thank you very much, Al Murray. Hello, Masa. One thing that connects us is physical uniformity. Okay, One of us might have darker skin than the other, but that's just dictated by where we grew up or where our forebears grew up. We might have slightly different facial features. Again, that's just where we grew up, where our forebears grew up. But one thing we have in common, we've all got 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, a mouth, 10 fingers, 10 toes. And that's it. I punch you on the nose, you punch me on the nose. Both our eyes water. An ingrowing toenail is the same in Lagos as it is in Denver. And an injection is the same in Sydney as it is in Reykjavik. We are all the same, no matter where we live, no matter what our culture, no matter what we see on a day-to-day basis, we're all actually the same. And this shows itself when we talk to each other online, here. When I was a Samaritan, emails were only just coming out. And because there's no nuance in an email, two of us had to like read them to reply to them, because there can be so many different meanings. But I found on the conversation I have here with people, everybody gets everybody. Everybody answers politely, nicely, not getting confused by anything somebody else might say. Somebody who might be 4,000 or 5,000 miles away across the globe, living in a completely different culture. Completely different. Outside somewhere like this channel where people are talking to each other, people have so little in common. But we all come together here like a nice little community. And I think it's a fascinating thing that people from all over the globe can talk to each other on places like this, and you don't know where somebody's from, but we all have this common thing. We all have the same kind of empathy. We all find the same kind of things slight and annoying, and it all comes together in conversations on here, no matter where you are, no matter what your culture, no matter what you do from day to day. A rude person is a rude person. Somebody suffering needs the same sympathy and empathy. Completely universal. And I love it, I really love it, that people from all over the world can come together, and it doesn't matter, nothing else matters, because when you're here talking to each other, we're just one. We have more in common than we have differences. And in a completely crazy world we live in at the moment, where things are happening, where it's frightening, and wars may start, wars are going on, wars may escalate, and you just think, why can we not just get our heads round being the people we are and getting on? Perhaps it should be compulsory that everybody goes on YouTube channels. Putin, Biden, Trump, Keir Starmer, Macron, Mellier, whoever, they all go on here and they all chat to you lot. They have to do it an hour a day. And I tell you what, the world would be a better place for it, because you're all wonderful people. And I do actually think that if more people interacted on sites like this, not toxic sites like X and places like that, but sites like this, on perhaps channels like mine, where it's like non-confrontational, I really do think the world would be a better place. Because you're just communicating with somebody and there's no animosity, there's no agenda, there's no second guessing each other, there's nothing, no conflict, nothing at all enters. And it's a great place to be, and perhaps diplomats across the world should take other things as models rather than just see their own importance and think that they're right. We do it like this because we've always done it like this, because we know better, because we're diplomats. You will have nothing and be happy, and we're dictating what you do and what you say. And they should come on here, because I just can't get over it since I started thinking about it a few days ago, about just think about it. You've got somebody on here and they come from California or they come from somewhere else in the States, but I only know this when they mention it. I've not a clue. I have not a clue. There's somebody who's been commenting and they come from the middle of Europe. I thought they were English until they mentioned it, and then you know. But the thing is, it still doesn't make any difference because we just chat away. And we don't want it to get worse, do we? I think it was Einstein, it was Albert Einstein who's credited with saying, and I'm paraphrasing here, I don't know what weapons they will use in World War III, but I know what weapons they will use in World War IV. It will be sticks and rocks. And that is a very, very sobering thought. But don't brood on it. Get out here. Breathe this fine air. It's fabulous. It's cold. It's making my skin tingle. I've lost Molly twice this morning. Her eyes are really bad now. She can hear. Can you hear her? That's Molly. Crunching through the leaves. She loves it. She's having a great time. Here. She's going to have a wee in a minute. Hey, there you go. We're out here in nature, loving life and loving chatting to you lot. My life is quite full, and a lot of it is because of YouTube. I spend a lot of time on YouTube, but I don't mind because I enjoy it. It's a great hobby. And I get feedback off other people. And it's lovely when you get positive feedback, when people say nice things about it. It's like, that's all I need. That's all you need. Somebody to pat you on the head and tell you you're a good boy. That's all you need. We're going to carry on. I can see a man in the distance walking towards us, very slowly. The dog's just jumped up and messed all my pants up, but I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I did say, well, I don't mind, but I know other people might, so I shouldn't really be encouraging you, but I don't mind. I've got a washing machine. We shall see you on the flip. Peace and love.